Hey, Paige! Long time no see, huh?
Yeah, it seems like ages since the wedding. Like 2 whole years, right?
Actually, it's been almost 3 years. Time flies when you're crazy busy, I guess.
Tell me about it. So, what's up? I hear Jack wants to take you out on a date this weekend, but you're in a bit of a bind?
Yeah, exactly. None of the grandparents are available to watch our little munchkin. And that's where you come in, my awesome friend. We were wondering if you could lend us a hand and babysit for us.
Ah, I appreciate the vote of confidence, but honestly, I'm not sure if I'm the best choice for babysitting. I mean, I haven't even met your little one, you know?
Oh, right. We've been pretty cautious about introducing our kiddo to people. So far, only close family members have met our little cutie, and we haven't even considered them for our babysitting duties.
Ah, got it. So the rest of the family has had the pleasure of meeting the little munchkin?
Yeah, we had a big celebration when our little bundle of joy was born about 14 months ago.
Huh. I never got an invite to that. Must have gotten lost in the mail.
What? Oh no! I'm so sorry. Jack said he would send invites to everyone on his side of the family. When you didn't show up, I thought you didn't want to come. I was kinda bummed, to be honest.
Well, I'm not surprised he didn't fill you in on that. Communication has never been his strong suit.
Oh, I'm sure he just forgot or something. It was a crazy time. Lots going on.
Yeah, I suppose you can give him the benefit of the doubt. That's what his parents always did for him growing up. So it's kind of a pattern.
Hold on. That's a bit rude, don't you think?
Maybe. But it's not as rude as what he's done to me throughout our lives. Anyway, let's cut to the chase. The answer is no. I won't be able to babysit for you guys.
Please, we're really stuck and don't have anyone else we can ask.
Have you considered asking Jack's siblings? I mean, I know Paul is 17 and probably not busy with a job or anything.
He's too young and disinterested.
Ruth has a couple of kids, so she can probably add one more little one to the mix.
We don't want to give him to someone who can't dedicate their time to him.
But you're fine giving him to a complete stranger?
You aren't a stranger. You're family, and you work with kids. That makes you the perfect person to watch him.
Sorry, but no. I'm not interested in watching an infant or a toddler. I don't know.
Is there any way we can change your mind? We could pay you if you need money.
No, sorry. I think you should find someone who knows your child. At that age, they can be very difficult with people they don't know. And it sounds like you guys are probably overprotective.
How can you say that? We just want to make sure he's safe.
And that is perfectly fine. But that needs to include making sure you leave him with people he knows.
Okay, fine. I'll see if I can find someone else.
What's this? I hear that you won't watch Little Jack this weekend.
Hi, Jack. I'm surprised you have my number.
My parents gave it to me.
Theoretically, they're my parents too.
I've been telling you since high school, you aren't family. They aren't your parents.
Yes, I know that's how you feel. The entire school knew how you felt about me.
Get over yourself. The people in our school didn't care about you.
That's right. It was you, the popular jock that was loved and adored. No one else mattered with you around.
Are you being sarcastic now? You're so bitter and jealous. It's ridiculous.
Sure, nothing is ever your fault.
Knock it off before I tell my parents.
Still making that threat, huh? It's almost like you never grew up.
Shut up. I'm married and I have kids. You're just some child care worker who hasn't finished college. Of course, it's no surprise no one wants you. That's probably why you work in childcare.
You make it sound like I dropped out of college. You realize that I'm still in college, right? I've still got a few years left before I earn my degree. And since you didn't bother going to college, I don't know why it matters that I haven't earned my degree yet.
I don't need a degree for what I do. If you had half the brain you think you do, you would know that. I'm in sales. I have charisma. That's not something that can be taught.
You must be right. Now, if you don't mind, I need to get back to work.
I do mind. You need to watch my son this weekend so my wife and I can go out.
Have any of the members of your family who you invited to meet your baby do it?
I don't trust any of them. They don't have a lot of experience with children.
Ruth does.
Are you really that stupid? She's not going to put our child first.
I don't know why you think I'm a suitable person to watch your precious little Jack. After all, you didn't trust me to come to the celebration of his birth.
I didn't want you to ruin the celebration. You're always such a downer.
Well, there you go. That's not the kind of person you want around your baby.
He's a toddler. So that's the right level of thinking. Especially if you're as good at your job as you claim.
You can try to flatter me as much as you like, but the answer is still no. Good luck.
Fine. I'm gonna tell Mom and Dad. You'll be watching Junior one way or another.
Peach, I'm very disappointed in you.
Well, hello to you too, Dad.
Don't give me that. You shouldn't talk to your brother like that.
As I've been telling you for weeks now, he doesn't see me as family.
Are you really bringing that up again? I expected better of you.
I'm not saying that he used to feel that way. He still feels that way. And since I know you aren't likely to believe me, here's what he said when trying to tell me I had to babysit his kid.
Well, that's only because you were picking a fight with him.
Ah, yes. It's such a reasonable response to me being annoyed that he excluded me from stuff. To say that I'm not actually family. Thanks. I feel very loved.
You know that. Your mother and I love all of our children equally.
I know that you guys actually believe that, and that's perfectly fine.
I don't understand why you want to keep having this fight. It doesn't help anyone.
I'm sorry, but I just find it hard to put up with your biological son. He has done nothing to convince me to help him.
You should realize that it is an honor for you to be asked at all. Your siblings are bummed that he won't even consider them. Poor Ruth took it particularly poorly.
I can't imagine she's an amazing mother. I don't know why they keep saying they don't trust her.
They're sure that Jack Jr. will not be treated as well as her kids.
That's absolutely not how she'll treat him.
I know I didn't say they were right, but at the same time, I understand how they can be so protective. Jack has always wanted a large family with a lot of sons. It makes sense that he would be so protective.
I guess. But that still doesn't make sense why he's so insistent on having me babysit. He clearly doesn't want anything to do with me.
I know you two have always had a more contentious relationship than our other children. Don't let that affect your current relationships, though, especially with your nephew.
I guess you're right.
Yeah, Ruth wishes they would ask her to watch Junior. Despite your relationship with Jack, he still trusts you. You need to make sure you remember that. He just shows it differently. Besides, you know it wasn't easy for him to have so many adoptive siblings. As the eldest boy, he took it seriously.
I guess.
So why don't you help them out this time? If you and Jack can't work it out, you don't have to help him again. You'd be doing your mother and I a big favor. We feel bad that we can't watch the baby.
Okay, I'll do it.
Great. Make sure you contact them right away. They're considering staying home.
You can't let them know?
Oh, come on. You're an adult. You need to put the past behind you.
Okay, I'll let them know.
That's a good girl.
Hi, Betty. It's Peach. I'll take care of little Jack this weekend. When do you need me there?
Yay! I'm sure you'll love it. He's such a cute little guy.
I'm sure he is. Jack was always really popular in high school.
What does that mean?
Oh, you know, he was good at sports, and people found him attractive. It makes sense that you guys would have a good-looking kid.
Yeah, it's just like a dream. I married a gorgeous man. Now I get to stay home and raise our adorable little children. I feel like the luckiest person in the world.
Right. Well, I need to get back to work, but I'll need to start planning for this weekend.
Jack said that it's going to be a surprise, but we're leaving around 4 and should be home by 9 this Saturday.
That's a good chunk of alone time. I hope you have a great time.
It's the first time we've really gotten to go out and be adults. It will be so much easier with you watching him. I mean, kids are your life, right?
I do really enjoy playing with them. They're so smart and learn so quickly, and the things they do are cute.
See, you're perfect for watching our little angel. I'm sure that you'll have a great time.
I'm sure it'll be fun. Will I be able to come meet him before watching him?
Sorry, but things are pretty hectic. You see, I'm expecting again. It's early, so no one else knows yet, so please don't say anything.
Congratulations! That's amazing! You must be having a lot of fun with Jack Jr. Don't worry. I won't say anything.
Great! We'll see you this weekend.
Sounds good. See you then. Hey, Betty. It's after 11. I thought you were going to be home around 9.
Oh, sorry, Peach. We're having so much fun. We should be home by midnight.
Okay. I'm glad you guys aren't hurt. But I really need to get home to study.
It's just one night. I'm sure it won't interfere with your studies.
I have to finish a report before Wednesday and finals start this week.
Well, it's not like one night is going to be too much of a disruption.
Okay, but please be home by midnight. I still need to get some stuff done.
It'll be fine.
Betty, you guys really need to come home. I have to get home and take care of my dog.
How come you didn't take care of your dog before leaving? That is so irresponsible.
You said that you would be home hours ago. I should have been home by now to take him outside.
You really need to learn to plan better than this.
So how long do you guys think you're going to be out?
We're at a hotel now because we're too drunk to drive home.
You've been drinking? While you're pregnant?
Stop texting my wife. We asked you to babysit, not nag us.
She's pregnant. She shouldn't be drinking, let alone enough to get drunk. What is wrong with you two?
Shut up. I'm not gonna take this from some orphan.
Jack, you fool! Text me back now. Oh, how immature. You've blocked me. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed tonight, because I'm never gonna help you again.
Peach, why aren't you responding to texts from your brother?
I haven't gotten any text from Paul in a while.
You know I don't mean Paul. I'm talking about your older brother, Jack.
Oh, I don't see him as family.
Are you gonna start that again? When are you going to grow up?
Probably in a few more years. After all, my brain is still forming.
Are you getting smart with me, young lady?
What do you need, Dad?
I need to know why you aren't answering your brother.
After the last experience babysitting for him, I won't do it again. So when he blocked me from continuing drinking, I didn't feel bad about blocking him.
That is very disappointing. You know that he gets emotional. You should take that into account and be a bigger person.
So you think that the person who's barely able to drink alcohol should be more mature than the person who can legally rent a car?
Don't do that. This isn't about age. It's about maturity level, right?
You and your mom never made your biological children act grown up. It's always been on me and Ruth. Almost like you adopted us to be free childcare for you. And now for your grandchildren.
Your mother and I love you all equally.
Funny. since you sure don't treat us equally.
How dare you accuse us of favoritism? We adopted you when no one else would. You should be grateful for everything we provided you.
This spiel again? A roof over our heads, food in bellies, blah, blah, blah.
You thankless, insignificant horror of a child. We never should have adopted you.
Ah, finally, there it is. The way you've always felt.
That is not how I felt until now. You have always been difficult. But I figured you would get better. Instead, you keep getting worse.
Right, because I won't let you guys use me anymore.
We've given you everything. You owe us.
Are you paying for my college education?
Of course not. Why should we be responsible for that? You could have gotten a job like Jack instead of wasting time and money on a degree. Or you could have been like Ruth and gotten married and started having children.
Funny that you actually saved up money for college, at least for your bio children. So clearly you think that college is important.
Of course it is. But we paid to adopt you. How could you expect us to keep sinking money into your future? We have children of our own.
In other words, you don't really think of me as your child.
No, and I don't really care how that makes you feel. You've been so difficult. You're such an ingrate. Honestly, it's easy to see why you were put up for adoption.
I want to say ouch, but you've kind of made it clear that's how you feel.
Of course you're going to try to make it sound like I'm the bad guy.
Well, Samuel, I don't think that most people would say what you did was selfless, since you used us like unpaid labor. But don't worry, you don't have to put up with me anymore.
Did you just call me by my first name? That's it. I am cutting you off.
I'm not sure how you think you can cut me off. You haven't paid for anything for me since I was started working at 16 years old.
I let you live in my house.
You charged me rent after forcing me to get a job.
You were wild and uncontrollable. I was teaching you how to be an adult.
Jack stole a car, assaulted over half a dozen people, and cost you thousands of dollars in high school. But sure, I was the problem child.
See what I mean? You're so vindictive and horrible. You won't let the past be in the past.
You were the one to talk about what I was like as a teenager. All I did was point out that your son was far worse. Yet he didn't have to do anything.
That's because he's my child. You aren't.
Thanks for saying it. From here on out, I won't bother to contact you or anyone else in your family. Good luck, Samuel. You're gonna need it.
Hey, Peach. I just wanted to check in on you.
Hi, Samuel. Doing fine. Did you get the $100,000 I sent you a couple of years ago?
I did. Thank you so much. The timing really couldn't have been better. Your mother died not long after that.
I don't have a mother.
Of course you do. Or you did. Judy was your mother. She raised you.
Oh, you mean the woman who made me do most of the chores? The woman who made me cook a lot of the meals? She was only slightly less terrible than you and the rest of the family. I mean, she didn't insult me all the time, just behind my back.
That is not fair. You know how rough it was to raise you.
What do you want, Samuel?
Please, call me Dad. I'm your parent too.
No, you aren't. The money was to pay you back for room, board, and food you provided. So you aren't anything to me now.
That's very harsh. How can you say that about family?
I wouldn't say that about family, but you made it clear that I am not family. So I'll ask you again. What do you want, Samuel?
Well, we have fallen on hard times. Jack lost his job and they're about to be evicted.
I'm sure Judy left him something, or you could mortgage your house for him.
I already did that. I don't know where the money went, but they're about to be homeless.
They can move in with you.
I don't want to have 5 screaming children in my home. These are supposed to be my golden years.
Well, if you're okay with your family being homeless, that's on you.
But you clearly have money. You could help them out.
I do have money, but it's for my family, the people who love me unconditionally.
We are your family.
Scroll back up and read what you said to me. We are not family.
Then who else do you have? Your parents abandoned you. You have no one else but us.
In 8 years, I haven't heard one word from you. You never cared what happened to me. The fact that you think you can contact me to bail you guys out now is just revolting and sad.
It's not like you have anything else better to do with your money.
I spend it on my family.
What family?
I'm married with children of my own.
What? Why didn't you invite us to the wedding? We should be there to celebrate the big life moments with our daughter.
First, you guys didn't invite me to Judy's funeral. Second, I'm an orphan, remember?
You're breaking my heart.
You would have to have a heart first.
Why? You ungrateful wretch.
It never takes long to get that mask to slip.
I'm gonna contact your husband. I'll come to your job and ruin your reputation.
How are you going to do that? You don't know what I do for a living.
You must have married into money. Because I know you used to work in childcare.
Yeah. I didn't think you bothered to listen when I told you what degree I was working towards. No, I didn't marry money, Samuel. I earned it on my own.
Then I'll find out where you work and I'll ruin you. You should be ashamed for abandoning us in our time of need.
That will be difficult because I've changed my name.
What is it now?
And I don't live in the same state anymore. So I guess that means you'll need to focus on your family instead of harassing the kid you mistreated.
I don't believe you. Why would you still have that phone?
Because I knew eventually you would contact me. I hope that maybe you would actually have something kind to say, or that you would apologize. Instead, you prove that you saw me as a way of getting more money.
What should I apologize for? You were horrible.
And you can have the rest of your life to never have to talk to me again. So, I finally unblocked Jack. And boy, did that open up the floodgates for texts. Between Jack and Samuel, my phone was blowing up with the evidence that these guys were a serious threat to me and my family. Samuel eased off a bit after getting hit with a court order to stop harassing me, but Jack? Well, he never was the sharpest tool in the shed when it came to understanding boundaries. It took getting him arrested and spending a few months behind bars for him to finally get the memo and back off. Then I heard Ruth and Samuel had taken Jack and his clan in. And let me tell you, it was a total disaster. Jack managed to wreck Samuel's car and even got arrested for attacking him when Samuel tried to make him pay for the damages. After I got that update, I made it clear that I didn't want any more updates on what happened between those two troublemakers. I stayed in touch with Ruth because she always felt like an outsider, like me. She never really spoke up about things, but it felt like we had a connection. But hey, good news. She's happily married now and her kids are doing great. They're thriving. Mostly because she had the sense to move away from that toxic family after Judy passed away. She did mention once that she might consider taking in Jack's kids, but I made it clear that I didn't want to know the nitty-gritty details. Look, I've been through my fair share of tough times, and I know how awful it can be coming from a messed up family. So, if Ruth wants to help those kids, I'm more than happy to lend a hand by sending some money their way. They're not responsible for their father's actions. And I feel for them. But let me be clear. I won't be bringing them into my home. I've got my hands full with my own 2 beautiful children. And my husband is an absolute rock star taking care of them. For once in my life, I feel like I've got a real family that loves me, and I make sure to show them how grateful I am every single day.